technology was, these programs were available, we had this kind of thing on a CD, and I called it a digital brochure. And I was one of the first people in the state to do a school digital brochure. But it's just like this. You had a pretty picture, clicked on something, it popped up a window, and
Now, Louise, you did say that from time to time you'll go in and change the program.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. We already had a little thing we discovered that was not
Okay.
described correctly, and we went in and fixed it, and then technology re-uploaded it for us. So we can go in and fix it. I'm thinking we'll probably have I mean, the message may be improved. You know what I mean? We may want to do, now that we've done the first one, we may decide, hey, this isn't, we should describe something in addition or something. And then after school programs, and I know you've got a new logo now, and that came out after we did this, so we may want to update that.
We figure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Louise, I asked Ms. Vera to come back in because I'd like her input since I know she'll be one of the users of this.
Okay.
So
Very good.
it's always helpful when you're doing a website to have user feedback.
Is that the new logo?
Yes.
Where's the new logo?
Case for kids.
On the website. My little pop-ups was outdated. And Carol Vaughn called me the day we were uploading it. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry to tell you.
Well, we didn't
We've
change.
updated that."
Well, we did not change the name,
Yeah.
knowing that there'd
Yeah.
be overlap.
There'll be some things. Then the third message is about where our funding comes from. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Before you, because I did not know that infographics could be used in this fabulous way. So when I reviewed this last week, I just reviewed it as a hard copy piece of paper. So I understood everything over there. I understood HCD funding. Those 3 bullets under them, I didn't understand them. Now I understand them, but as a
flag.
it needs
Yeah.
something that says
Our services.
Or maybe
something.
another little red arrow
Yeah.
or something.
Well,
so
I
you know
think,
you can
I think
click.
a heading.
Yeah.
Actually,
a heading.
we went through so many versions.
Yeah.
I think at one point I had a heading there.
Because
but-
some people
yeah.
are just gonna look at it as a
Yeah.
standalone, and then
Yeah.
just like there's just 3.
I say there's
floating
4
programs.
messages, but that second one, how we serve students, yeah, probably needs a header
How
in
we
there.
serve students would work as
Yeah.
a heading.
Yeah, probably does, yeah. So then we've got our HCDE funding, and it's interesting, we played with that one quite a bit too, and we had a focus group of people that did not know HCDE. Out of the room, there were 2 people that kind of knew who HCDE was because they had affiliation with one of our programs, and the rest knew nothing about us until they were contacted through LinkedIn to come to this focus group meeting. And we had more details on how we're funded then. They were like, please, do not give us all this. You're just confusing us. Just tell us, tell us the basics, where you get your funding. So we just used that information. And then we created a chart, showed the tax rate, so people can know, hey, even if you have a $200,000 house, it's not an expensive amount that you pay per year. And then we also have a link there to see all that transparency data that is kept on the financial pages. And the third thing that is there, I won't play the whole thing, but you may remember it. Last year, about a year ago, Technology put together the little video that describes our tax rate. It's a 1-minute video that's really clean, quick message about the tax rate is what it is. Unless you need me to play it for you, but you probably all seen it. And then the last one is a summary of other HCDE programs and services. And again, it's still not all of them, but it's many that we want to be sure to show. This first one is Head Start, and then you can learn more. Go to the Head Start page. The second one is the ISS program, and we also included some things that are going on that are outside of ISS but workforce related with our adult ed, and in fact some of the foundation work is connected to that. And again, you can click on the infographic and go to, in this case it's the ISS page because that is the bulk of the information there, so you got all the additional information there. The next one is purchasing program is what we're calling it because that's what people in the community will understand it by. Anyway, it's our Tourist Partners Cooperative Program. And just a summary there of kind of what that is and what it's for. And if you want to learn more, you're gonna go to their Choice Partners information.
Now, is this live yet?
Yes,
It is.
yes, it's on the HCDE site, hcde-texas.org/infographic. It's also live if you click another name, and I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay.
Records
Can you
management.
get to it from the website? Is it on the?
That's how I did. I typed in hcde-texas.org.
But you gotta know that.
Infographic.
You're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
don't find it.
We don't have anything on the, I mean, rolling this out is, presenting to the board and then presenting to our cabinet is later this month. We have not yet emailed back to the focus group that helped us with this, and I will after we're done with the cabinet meeting. You know, the rule is inform your internal people first, then your external. So, we violated our rule just a hair with our key communicators meeting, but that's the only time they meet, you know, it's once a year, so, they saw it. But in general, you do internal and then external, so we'll go out, we'll do something with it after all of our internal people have seen it. Records management, again, goes to their page in case somebody wants to get that service. And then the last one is our foundation, which is a separate 501c3, this tells that. And then if you want to learn more about it, you go to their website. Do you have questions about this before I tell you the one other thing?
That's very well designed. It's really good in it. I love it.
It's interesting, we did the report, that is Jesus's, is it the PAFR, the CAFR, one of those efforts. It's a CA, anyway, it's one of those reports he does. He has messages there, and really, are kind of just mirror that, so it's consistent with what we already have inside HCDE. We didn't really invent anything new other than the organization and the graphic. You know, we weren't making up any new things that aren't already there. The one other thing though that we did do is, if you look at the bottom of this, whoops, at the bottom of this we have a little graphic that says Educate Houston. We wanted to come up with a way for people to be able to get to this and to be able to use it in the community. And so I pulled together a group of internal people. I called it our MARCOM group. It was technology and communications and my little team, and we met and brainstormed about what to do to communicate. What does HCDE do in an easy way? And one of the folks came up with kind of a theme, I guess you'd say. You know, education works. It works. We are working for education, our districts are working for education, and look what education does in the community. If you don't have good education in your community, good luck having a good economy. I mean, there's research galore that says good education system, good economy, they go hand in hand. So it's like, oh, that's a fabulous thing, let's use that. So I tried to buy Education Works as a URL. That's not available. That's too popular, it's already taken. What about HCDE, Education Works? Okay, I got 2 E's in a row, so do I buy education, do I buy HCDE, D-U-C-A-T-O-N Works? Okay, I did. Looks terrible. What about EduWorks? How about HCDE EduWorks? Okay, I bought that, and we're like, yeah, who's Ed? I mean, you know, just none of them worked very well. None of them were good branding kind of things to use. And so as we're brainstorming and thinking, you know, what can we do? We were chatting about where we lived, and we double checked, and Educate Houston was available. Shocking. That's a great URL for any other purpose. If you all decide you don't want to use that at some point, we can sell that. It's a great URL. So we bought it, and we connected that also to that. So HCDE owns that. So you could type in educatehouston.org, and this page will also come up. That's the only thing on that page.
With Educate Houston is that it looks like it's a city program.
Well, and we talked about that too, and I hear you there. We in fact, we were brainstorming about this. I think it was with the executive team, and you know, I pointed out, well, I have a townhome still in the North Texas area. It's in the suburb of Louisville. I never say I'm going home to Louisville to check on my townhome. I say I'm going to Dallas. Or when we ask, you know, where are you from? When I used to have a home in the Cypress area here, I would never say, well, I'm going to Cypress. You know, I'm from Cypress. No, I said I'm from Houston. You know, you talk about the bigger area. So, again, we thought about, what about Educate Harris County? It didn't roll off the tongue like Educate Houston. You know how to spell all the words of Educate Houston, you know. So, anyway, we've selected it. We haven't done anything with it other than it's posted
Do we own
here.
that one too?
.org.net and .com.
Last week again, without even hearing any of your, what you just said,
Oh.
looked at this and I'm like, who's Educate Houston?
Lisa, excuse me, we now have 4 board members, so we're going to have to make this a regular meeting. We do have a quorum, so we will now call the meeting to order at 11:47. So we are now in open session. No, continue, I'm sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to,
The rules change.
it jumps
Yeah.
out, it jumped out bigger than HCDE's logo. And so then I was like, who's this group and how are we affiliated with them?
Yeah, it's
And so it doesn't look like a slogan, it looks like a logo for a group.
yeah, it's it was part of our strategy to use it like that. I understand we have a new City of Houston, Greater Houston Partnership campaign called the CityWithNoLimits.com is where all their information is. And they're spending millions of dollars.
No, sorry.
They're spending millions of dollars on that campaign, and they don't have an education component. And so in the back of my head is, I wonder, I have no idea if we can connect with them. This is brainstorming on my part. I have, you know, I've contacted Greater Houston Partnership only with an email saying, tell me more about your campaign, and that's it. So I'm just talking in the realm of possibilities that there could be something fabulous come out of it. If you chose to drop it, it could be dropped because we have not invested more than $50 in
Well,
that.
and we know
So-
this is gonna be, updated constantly, but it's a great tool to have. It's just a great tool to have. The information is easy, it's organized. I mean, it's so easy to sit across the desk from someone, pop out an iPad and show them this. And, that's why I want you all to see it, because it's just a really great tool. And then obviously, it'll update,
It'll
it'll
develop.
morph just like we do, right? Yeah.
Ms. Vera, do you have an opinion about it? Did you get to see most of it?
I mean, it's beautiful. Y'all always have a nice website with beautiful graphics, so it's updated. It's really nice. Is the check registry still inside the agenda instead of under check
Yeah,
registry?
That didn't change.
This is just a page on the side.
Yeah, this is a piece of the website. It's not a replacement for the website.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And actually, you may wanna, I mean, I don't know, I guess you're working with
Kind of like
communications.
flashcards when
You
you're
may
talking
wanna
to people.
do,
Oh.
like a little
Oh, okay.
navigator button or something on the HCD website so you can get to this easily. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you don't know how to get to
Right.
this, you'll never find it,
Right.
Yeah.
without going to the different URL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the point where everybody's seen it and given some input, if
Yeah.
everybody's like, awesome, run with the ball, then we'll roll it out. I mean, I don't have that
Yeah, it
written down
hasn't
what
rolled
to
out
do
yet,
next.
we're
Yeah.
seeing it in its infancy, yeah.
Yeah.
But really good, great
I
job.
really
Thank
would
you.
like for you to think about that Educate Houston. That really bothers you. I think that is misleading. Is that me? Thank you.
Lighter something this morning.
Carol,
Sure.
Okay, any other questions for Louise?
I think it's great.
No,
Thank you
it's
very
good.
much.
Yeah, thank you. And, that completes our meeting. Well, next one will be, I'm assuming December, the end
Yeah.
of the quarter. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll figure out what that date is and whether it makes sense to do it for the board meeting or where we are there.
Yeah.
December, January, latest.
Okay, thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
We are now adjourned.
Yeah.